It is Wednesday, November 19th. Wow. And we are looking at temperatures, or not temperatures, but we're looking at snow, low temperatures. This is Mammoth Mountain. They got 18 inches of snow. 18 inches of snow, and they are literally prepping this ski resort for opening day. They're going to get this thing, I'll bet they're open in the next week. They're going to get another nice weather system through here on tomorrow. Today's kind of a break day. And then we're going to get a break on Friday, but cool, scattered showers. And then we're going to end up with a weekend that is slightly unsettled, but this is music to my eyes, if you will. Seeing snow on Mammoth Mountain this much, almost 2 feet, because it's not, I'm a skier, snowboarder and stuff, and that's cool, but look at they're making snow. Isn't that awesome? These are snowmakers, all this, blowers, those things. It's hard to, you barely see them wisping the snow in. But this is, for water watchers, man. This is the key to our next year in California, is how much snow we can pack up into those mountains. And the ski resorts are just sort of a, kind of a microcosm of the whole overall thing. So this is just, they're trying to pack the snow into the ski resorts because that's how they make their money. Well, farmers in California and agricultural interests in California need this snow to pack in there. And so we're seeing it. So these beautiful pictures from Mammoth Mountain today where it's 24 degrees right now. We go to Ocean Beach, the swell's going to come up. Swell, tide's really high right now, but the swell comes up on Friday. It's pretty small today. You can tell the tide's high because the way it's crumbling, just kind of, it's just like it's not hitting the bottom. And the winds aren't super offshore right now. So swell builds up as we go into Friday. And Friday it's going to be kind of a windy, breezy, cool day. Saturday, the weekend, looks pretty nice overall. But then on Saturday morning in Southern California, there might be a little bit of scattered shower activity. So wet tomorrow. That's sort of the takeaway here. Wet, cool, wet showers. Ocean Beach right now, the current satellite image. And what do you see? You see this infrared. Here's this classic cold front. That's what they look like, my friend. That's what they look like. That's cold air. The speckled clouds are cold air. This is moisture, which is usually warmer, which is clearly coming from a lower latitude. So it's subtropical, and at least extratropical storm sucking this fuel in. The main band's going to go through and drop maybe a quarter inch, half inch, maybe an inch of rain in Marin County up here, this area. So this is going to have a good trajectory from Big Sur north. South is going to get rain, but it's going to do this thing. See how that system down here is sort of separate? And it's like this. Remember, this one went through. That's a couple systems. This is separate, too, from the last system that went through. Remember, it cut off and lingered down there and brought scattered showers in the last 12 hours to parts of Southern California and even bits of Northern California. We'll take a peek here. You can see the current radar. Good morning. Hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee. I do half decaf, half regular because I like the frothy, syrupy taste of the peats. But if I did all frothy, you can't see it. But if I did all just like full-on syrupy, all octane, unleaded or leaded Pete's coffee, it would kill me. I would die. So I have half and half. That's my strategy. So I can drink this. I'll drink this brew until like noon, and then I have to stop. Okay, so here is the radar, and then here are the scattered showers that developed along parts of Southern California. You guys, 0.06 down in Santa Barbara. It's just updating right now. So let's see. So 11/10 of an inch in San Bernardino, Pasadena 0.07, all the way north to San Jose, almost 1/10 of an inch of rain in parts of the Santa Cruz Mountains, and then most of the showers moving on. There are scattered showers right now up around Alturas though, and there was, well, yeah, you can see it right here around Mount Shasta, 1/10 of an inch. This area, it sure likes the rain, doesn't it? Yeah. I mean, now there's more rain in here. Like this is all trace amounts in here, but I don't put the bubbles in the rainfall amount bubbles because it's so much. It's hard on the eyes. So I think everything over 0.05 of an inch shows up, and everything under, which is generally a trace amount of rain, I just leave it to your imagination. Because trace amounts of rain are everywhere. This is Mount Shasta this morning, one of the better ones we've seen in a while. This is at sunrise, coming up, valley fog, Shasta Valley, a lot of snow on the mountain. Like if Mammoth got 2 feet of snow, almost 18 inches of snow. Mount Shasta got 2 feet of snow. And we'll see, I'll bet Shasta gets, from this next storm, gets 2 more feet of snow. Yeah, so just beautiful morning on Shasta. And then let's do our live cameras right now. This is, let's see if I can pull this up. Oh, that's darn, there's Fall River Mills. Let's go to another camera here. We'll grab this. Big Valley. Sometimes these cameras get a little, and they got fog, they got clouds up there. So this is Big Valley. This is up by Alturas. Let's see if we can get it to open up. I don't think it's going to. Yeah, it's foggy up there. So Northeast California, Alturas today. Where are you going to go? You're going to go 50 degrees. And then this is Paradise. And it's cloudy up there, maybe even a few sprinkles up in Paradise today. Very light. Doesn't really show up. It shows up on the satellite, but you got to look really hard. It's just this low-level moisture that's kind of trapped in the north end of the valley. You see that? Isn't that awesome? The cloud cover, or the vaporization, and the kind of, this is the Feather River Canyon here, down in here, and the moisture kind of coming up through. This is Sawmill Peak. If you ever go to Paradise and go up Skyway, it's the lookout tower you see going towards the east. This is Cambria, Morro Bay area. I've fallen in love with this shot just because the camera's so clean. The lighting is awesome, and it's a. Oh, this one does this. This is the one that does it. I forgot about this. There it is. We'll just leave it there. It doesn't want to fast forward. Cambria, and then we'll go to Fresno, Bakersfield area. No more Fresno. Fresno got its name. Did a little deep dive into Fresno. What the heck, right? Got its name from, it means ash tree. Fresno, ash tree, Spanish. And there were apparently, where this downtown Fresno is today, there's a lot of ash trees, right? So the Central Pacific the Central Pacific came through there and developed the town in 1872, and basically named it officially ash tree or Fresno. They do $8 billion, Fresno County, $8 billion in agriculture. $8 billion in agriculture. That's more than 47 U.S. states combined. It's the Tule fog capital of the world, which I guess they should call it Fresno fog. It's Tule fog, right? I mean, it is definitely the Tule fog capital of the world. Tule fog, radiation fog, valley fog, all the same thing, right? Advection fog is more like what you see over here off the coast of Santa Barbara. This is Santa Barbara today, 60 degrees in Santa Barbara, and a nice day. No surfing down there today. It's pretty small. And then this is down towards Pasadena, kind of looking out across Glendale and towards Pasadena area. And Pasadena today is going to go to 63 degrees. Got a few scattered showers in Pasadena last night from that passing weather system. Okay, did our live cameras. Here's the National Weather Service kind of roundup. This is what the guys out of Sacramento are saying. Hey, listen, this is all good until Thursday. We're going to get some rain, right? Light rain showers in the evening. But really, Wednesday all day is money. Thursday is wet and cool. Snow levels are down to past levels, so you're going to see snow in the hills. And 50 and 60 they'll probably be chaining up. And then your weekend, how about that, right? So that's awesome. And then this area, we don't see this very much, but it's not in California. When you get out towards Reno, you've got a freezing fog advisory. And maybe that's what we were seeing a little bit of, because that's up in the Quincy area. Maybe that's what we're seeing a little bit of in Alturas as well. But freezing fog concern. Surf along the coast, they've got this beach hazard statement. I think it has to do with the larger tides going back and forth. And then there's a dense fog advisory, Tule fog, which we really didn't pick out very well in down towards Fresno. We said away from the hill a little bit. So dense fog advisory in the Tule capital of the world. This is the Hanford Weather Service, and they're saying, yeah, we got Tule fog, and we're going to have Tule fog all day today, and then tomorrow's weather system should break it out. In other words, that system that comes through tomorrow will mix out the inversion. And then a high surf advisory. I wonder what they're doing here on this first surf advisory for San Luis. I wonder if they're waiting for Friday, because I was going to say it's not that big. A high surf advisory from November 20th, yeah. So they're starting it tomorrow night. Okay, that's fair. So I like to wonder what they're thinking. These are the highs from today. Thanks for subscribing and liking and telling your friends even more awesome, because I find that it's kind of, we're all very like-minded here. If you're going to sit through this and look at pictures of the most beautiful state on the planet, and then kind of try to figure out some of the weather dynamics around it for the day and for the week, you're kind of a different dude. I mean, I'm a different dude. You're a different dude. We just are. But if you tell a friend, they're different dudes too, and they'll stick. Because some people are like, dude, just give it to me. I've got it on my iPhone. I'm going to move. And then there's this always this is the highest for today. Very cool, by the way. But I'm realizing that as with all the AI activity and all the opportunities for technology to enter our lives, people have less and less understood the process of things, how to fix a car, how to change a tire, how to understand the weather, how to understand the swell, how to understand how to set your ski bindings, how to tune a bicycle, right? All of that, those processes have, and this is just me, old man Martin, but I'm like, that's the whole deal. The process is the path. The process is everything. So when you just go to your iPhone and look at the weather, it's sort of like, it's cool because you need it, and I get it, but we're being conditioned to not understand how things are done. That's what ChatGPT is. That's what a Google search is. It's like, I don't have to understand. I just need to know what year Columbus landed, right, on the East Coast. What year was it? That's all. I don't need to understand the whole Queen Isabella connection and blah blah blah. So, and it's not a rant. It's more just, hey, I was talking to my son yesterday because he's young and hip, and I was like, I think it's evolution. I just think this is what happens, right? And so in our world, we're understanding the process. Now, maybe everybody comes back around to this at some point, but the process, the thing that you're doing here, is engaging you and immersing you in the day and in the state, and right, you're bathing in it. I don't know if that made sense, but it does to me. And then these are the forecast highs for tomorrow. Kind of cool. Next couple of days. Friday's gonna be breezy too. So today's awesome day. Today's a great day. Tomorrow's wet, and it's still a nice day, but wet. And then the weekend gets better and better Saturday and Sunday, especially north of Cape Mendocino or Point Conception. HRRR, real quick. This is today. Now we're in this afternoon. Okay, so that's your day, and then you can see that next system that we were tracking, right? And there it comes in. This is Thursday morning. It starts coming overnight tonight. No, that's as far as it goes. Thursday morning. So yeah, HRRR. So this is tomorrow morning about now. And what you're seeing is this frontal system that's going to move through systematically across the state. And then we'll get more granular with the NAM, North America Model. And then there's that cutoff low, right? We saw that brought a few scattered showers to LA today, or in parts of Central California as well, right there. So that bad boy's moving off. This next guy drops in. See that? Now that was more typical, wasn't it? Do you see how it dropped in? It dropped in like just straight down the pike. A little more north on the trajectory, but cold air coming in. Dynamics are not that powerful because they were on the back side of the dynamics. Remember, it's right front quadrant on these things. So as this comes in, the juice on this bad boy, the dynamics are right here. That low, but it's narrowed and it's moving fast, really fast. So see it push through. So that is into tomorrow afternoon. And by tomorrow evening, we're sort of in the most of us in Northern California are in a negative instability. We're in a more stable environment. Southern California it lingers. Remember that low sits there? So this is where you get into Friday. LA's got some more scattered showers. South of Point Conception, more scattered showers, kind of nuisance stuff. And then Saturday morning, it just starts to move out. And then you're good. So Saturday, and see, that's your Saturday morning in Southern California. It's not the end of the world. It's just not going to be that warm, and there'll be some scattered showers. And then Saturday afternoon, Sunday, Monday. Look at that. That looks nice. That little ridge. We haven't seen one of those in a while. Wow, look at us. I think we're going dry. And then this undercut right here. So somewhere around the 27th. So it looks like after this weekend, we're kind of going to a dry pattern. See that ridge? We haven't seen one of those in a while. Really haven't. Okay, so that could happen. The next 48 hours will be accurate on that. But when you go out way far, it's been a little bit sketchy lately. North America model. You can see the dashed lines. Those represent thicknesses. There's the today, right now. You see the scattered showers. This is this afternoon. And here it comes. There it goes, right? This guy's leaving. And exit the cutoff low. Enter extratropical system, followed by a cutoff low again. So this is this afternoon. And then here comes the rain. This is tomorrow morning early in Marin County, San Francisco, snowing on Mount Shasta Thursday morning. Still kind of see it. Now that's an easy one. That's a cold front. It goes right through. But then you see it swing down. See, you see that little drop, and then look what it does in LA, right? So then it does that. It all swings south. So by Thursday afternoon, Bay Area is dry. Thursday later afternoon commute. Central Coast is a little bit wet, and then LA is a little bit wet, and it stays unsettled down there and cool, which that thing is spinning. So and that's on the Friday afternoon, and then see Saturday still, right? So that's why I said that part of Saturday, and that's Saturday morning, and then should be gone, and we should be dry for a while. We'll see, though. And then this is the rainfall accumulation, so we can just see the footprint. So this is tomorrow morning, right? And you see it coming from the north, not as wet, cooler system, not as much rain. And then this is, you can tell by these footprints, this is GFS accumulation, but you can see by the footprint, it's like, oh yeah, this isn't extratropical at all, or pardon me, subtropical. Right, so this is Friday morning, and then there's that piece in LA on Saturday. I sort of like this. Just it's not it's a forecast for accumulation. It's not a forecast for timing, really. You could time it, and then you just see the footprint. So this is through tomorrow morning. That's all manageable stuff. Yeah, all right, good, did it. Active pattern, very active pattern right now. There comes the next system, and you see. Kind of can see it. You could kind of see a digging, ridging, and then this guy's kind of getting pushed down too. So it's like I'm just trying to show the jet stream. If I was to put the jet stream in, ooh, it's a tough one. I guess you'd have to go like this. You have to just run it right up the middle, like that. That's kind of the jet stream, and then this is the next system, which is pretty juicy. It's losing its moisture plume a little bit. You can see it coming up, but that lower moisture plume will slide through Southern California. So, I don't know. I'm not changing my plans, right? I think although tomorrow's just a wet day. These are the watches and warnings. So, yeah, if I'm a painter or I'm doing contract work outside, doing anything, I think tomorrow's in north of San Luis Obispo. Well, no, actually all of us, later day LA or Southern California. But the day tomorrow is going to be wet for pretty much all of us. These are the above average temperatures forecast for the next 6 to 10 days. For what it's worth, below average rainfall, for what it's worth, which is, yeah, because we're getting into that really dry pattern. Remember that ridge we looked at? And then earthquakes. Been pretty busy, like down in San Ramon. There was a few quakes yesterday. That Calaveras fault, I guess. A couple of you guys who know something about earthquakes chimed in. This is above 2.5, so let's see what the latest was. This is San Jose. And where are you at? Come on. There it goes. 3.5 miles deep. 3.0. Seven Trees, California. 3.0 is pretty decent. And then 3.3 at Templeton. And then pretty quiet otherwise. And then if we go and you look at all earthquakes, let's see if I can do this. Hold on. All, yeah, look at them all. And again, in an effort to help us understand the planet, right? I mean, it's moving, man. The weather above us is moving. The earth below us is moving. This is today. Swell's not that big today, but watch what happens as we go into tonight and tomorrow. See, it starts to get big. So it pulses up. And then it really, watch how quickly it gets quiet again. This is on the Sunday, Monday. So the swell drops off quite a bit. from where it had been. And that's a big thing, whatever that is. That's out towards Thanksgiving, which would be interesting because always, it's weird. Opening day for big surf around here has always been Thanksgiving. It's funny. We could almost, it seemed like there was a period of time in the 70s and 80s and 90s where Thanksgiving it just would, the weekend or the week of the Thanksgiving Day break, there would be really large surf. That's before Mavericks was really big. Well, Jeff and those guys were down surfing Mavericks. Most of us didn't go down there. We'd surf Ocean Beach. And it was really around Thanksgiving where the intervals would get big and the swell would get big, which makes sense. The storms are getting stronger. The days are getting shorter. Jet stream's getting more aggressive. High tide at Steamer Lane. And you can see there's waves, but you can't see it because it's too deep because of the high tide. This is San Luis or Halama, somebody paddling out, beautiful day. Bill, why do you like Halama so much? Because it's a sacred spot of the Chumash Indians, but it's also basically it's just the tip of the Point Conception out in the Pacific. It doesn't stick out as far as Cape Mendocino, but it sticks, it's that protrusion in California. And in the old days, it was a dividing point. I think it still is a dividing point between Southern and Central California. And the mariners used it, and rightly so, because the atmospherics, the sea surface temperatures, the oceans, everything changes once you go around the point. So this is right at the tip of that point. So that's why I like it. I was hoping those guys would get a wave. Kind of looks like they may get some surf here. That's kind of right there. I don't know if you can see this. There's a little bit of, that's kind of a peeler, huh? Oh, hell yeah. Well, that's a fun morning. I'm not going to wait for it, though. That's kind of fun. This is Pacifica today. Nice. That truck's always there. I wonder if this guy lives here. I've heard a lot of good whale stories. Been a lot of whale sightings. This is Palisades. Now Billy said they got what do you say, 11 inches? 11 inches up top, which would make sense. But down low, this is down pretty low, not happening. And then, let's see what else I got. Give Palisades a shout out. There it is. Ooh, I like that. That's the tram, or the Funatel. And that's them not trying to blow snow, but a little bit of fog in there too. That's what that. Oh yeah, they're blowing snow. Look at that. Yeah. So see that? Interesting. It's a science. Snow blowing's a science, man. That's cool. So there must be a snow blower underneath us. So you're just vaporizing, you're just throwing mist into the air, and they're just gonna get some ice down on this bad boy in preparation for the lower elevations, in preparation for that system tomorrow, which will work for them. It'll be good. This is Heavenly Valley. Temperature's 29 degrees. Come on, work for me. It's such a pretty shot. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Oh, dude, I'm in a mood today, huh? Okay, let's go this way. Can we go that way? It's not doing it. Oh, well. We're back at Palisades. I don't know how it went back to Palisades, but it did. And then this is some of that fog. This is Lake Tahoe out here. The bike trail, that goes into Tahoe City is kind of in the Truckee River is right along down in there. And it's a cold day, and they are making snow. And and they look like they got a little snow on top. You can see there's some depth to the snow on that rooftop. What have we got here? Oh, this is cool. I like this. This is the Black's Beach in San Diego. Now it's Huntington Beach, north side of the pier. 62 degrees at Huntington Beach, 3 to 4 foot. That's a pretty good day for Huntington. Huntington's funny because it's kind of in my mind, it's a morning spot because it gets windy in the afternoon. Even today, they'll get a little bit of wind out there. But this crew, man, I'll tell you what, oh my God, these guys, I know who they are. It's a beautiful thing, surfing. Okay, and this is Yosemite Falls. That's just awesomeness, right? I got to get back up there. This is a good time of year to go, isn't it? Yeah, that's a good idea. Tallest falls in the contiguous United States. Okay, and what else we got? Oh, I feel like I have one more. What's this next picture? Oh, that's I got it. So this is Venice, and this is big, far cry. Venice today is only going to go 61 degrees, and right now Venice is probably 58, 55, which is cold AF for these folks down there. They're not used to this kind of thing. If you want, you can always, again, when I get going like this and just start going off on pictures, you're always welcome to scrub. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I don't blame you. But I do like doing all the pictures because I feel like this is where we live. I think that thing I said about immersing and understanding process is super huge. That's what my dad was really good at. He was kind of a World War II guy, but he was really good at, like, we'd be in the car and he'd go, you know what that is, you know why that is, you know how that is. And so you start getting into process and understanding how the sausage is made, if you will. And I think that's a real huge part of California. Of living here. I think that's why we pay the big rents. Ooh, hello, good morning. Look at you, buddy. Yeah. This morning. Look how low the snow is on that thing. Mount Shasta this morning. We're going to end on this, but yeah, but I think that's a lost thing, and I don't think you can really I don't think you can truly understand anything unless you immerse yourself in it, kind of like we just did there. I mean, or not immerse yourself, but I can't just show you a picture of that mountain. How different is it for me to just run you through that fast forward? And knowing what you know now about the weather, the little bits you picked up, you go, oh yeah, that's valley fog, and oh yeah, there's probably 2 feet of snow up there, and oh yeah, this next system's coming. I mean, the story that we just told is the story, this is going to sound weird, sort of the story of, I want to say the story of us, but it's the bathtub we're in, and it just feels good to understand it. This is when my wife just checks out. She goes, seriously, dude? All right, listen, I am going to run. Tomorrow's wet. It's just going to be wet. And then Friday's going to be cool and breezy, but a little bit unsettled in Southern California. Friday night into Saturday morning, you guys down Laguna Beach and San Diego, you're going to get some scattered showers. And then by Sunday afternoon, it clears out but cool. And then by Saturday afternoon, it clears out but cool. And then Sunday, nicer. Woo. Okay. See you here tomorrow.